Feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges? What if the secret to bouncing back stronger wasn't about avoiding stress, but about how you observe it? This video reveals how simple, mindful observation can actually rewire your brain. Building a powerful inner fortress against anything life throws your way, get ready to discover your untapped resilience. We live in a world that's constantly demanding our attention, pulling us in a million different directions. It's no wonder so many of us feel stretched thin, anxious, and just plain tired. When a big setback hits a job loss, a personal disappointment, or just a string of bad days, it can feel like we're being completely swept away by a tidal wave. The common advice is often to be positive, stay strong, or just get over it. But honestly, that can feel impossible when you're in the thick of it. It can even make you feel worse, like you're failing at being resilient. But what if resilience isn't about having an unbreakable shield? What if it's more like being a tree that can bend in the wind without breaking? The secret to that flexibility lies in a practice that's incredibly simple, yet profoundly powerful: mindful observation. This isn't about ignoring your problems or pretending they don't exist. It's about changing your relationship with them. It's about learning to watch your thoughts and feelings from a distance, without getting tangled up in their drama. Think of yourself as a scientist in the lab of your own mind. You're not there to judge the experiment or force a particular outcome. You're there to simply observe what's happening. Let's dive into what this actually looks like. Imagine you're feeling a wave of anxiety. Your heart is racing, your thoughts are spiraling. The usual reaction is to either fight it, stop feeling anxious, there's nothing to worry about, or to get swept away by it, believing every catastrophic thought that pops into your head. Mindful observation offers a third path. Instead of fighting or fleeing, you simply notice. You say to yourself, "Okay, I'm noticing a feeling of anxiety. My heart is beating fast." Notice the language. I am noticing, not I am anxious. This small shift in wording creates a crucial space between you and your experience. You are the observer, not the storm itself. This practice is rooted in the concept of neuroplasticity, the amazing ability of our brain to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When we repeatedly react to stress in a state of panic or judgment, we strengthen the neural pathways for that reaction. It becomes our default setting. But when we practice mindful observation, we begin to carve out new pathways. We teach our brain that it's possible to experience a difficult emotion without being consumed by it. Each time you mindfully observe a stressful thought without getting hooked, you are literally rewiring your brain for resilience. You are weakening the old, reactive pathways and strengthening the new, observational ones. So over time, your brain's automatic response to stress begins to change. Instead of immediate panic, you might find your first instinct is to pause, breathe, and observe. Let's walk through a simple, practical exercise you can do anywhere, anytime. It's often called the RAIN practice, which stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. Let's try it. First, take a moment to find a comfortable position. You can close your eyes if you like. Now, think of a mildly stressful situation you're currently facing. Step 1 is R, recognize. Simply recognize what's happening inside you. What thoughts are present? So what emotions are you feeling? What sensations are in your body? Just name them silently to yourself. There's worry. I feel a tightness in my shoulders. My mind is racing. Don't judge it, just acknowledge it. Step 2 is A, allow. This can be the hardest part. You don't have to like it, but you're letting go of the struggle against it. Imagine you're opening a door and letting the feeling sit in the room with you. You're not trying to push it out or change it, just let it be. Step 3 is I investigate. Now, bring a gentle curiosity to your experience. Ask yourself, what does this feel like in my body? Where is it most intense? Is the sensation changing? Notice the texture, the temperature, the vibration of the emotion. You're not investigating why you feel this way. You're investigating the direct physical experience of the feeling itself. This pulls you out of the story your mind is telling and grounds you in the present moment. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Maybe it's a hand on your heart. Maybe it's silently offering yourself some words of kindness, like this is a difficult moment. It's okay to feel this way. This isn't about fixing the problem. It's about offering yourself compassion in the midst of the struggle. It's a gesture of self-support. Now, gently bring your awareness back to the room.
Ow.
Do you feel? You may not feel magically cured. The goal is to notice that you were able to sit with a difficult feeling without being completely overwhelmed. You observed it, you allowed it, and you survived it. That is a moment of resilience. Doing this regularly, even for just a few minutes a day, builds that inner fortress we talked about. It trains you to be the calm center in the eye of your own personal storm. Let's look at a real-world example. Say you receive some critical feedback at work. The old you might immediately spiral into self-doubt. I'm a failure. My boss thinks I'm incompetent. I'm going to get fired. The resilient you, trained in mindful observation, would have a different response. First, you'd recognize the sting of criticism and the flush of embarrassment without trying to push it away or pretend you're fine. Then, you'd investigate with curiosity. Wow, that feels like a knot in my stomach. Finally, you'd nurture yourself. This is tough to hear, but it doesn't define my worth. In the second scenario, you haven't avoided the pain, but you've stopped it from hijacking your entire sense of self. You've observed the emotional weather without letting it become your climate. This is the heart of resilience. It's not about being emotionless. It's about having emotional freedom. It's the freedom to feel deeply without being controlled by your feelings. The beautiful thing is that you can apply this to anything. Frustration in traffic, observe it. Disappointment when a plan falls through. The world will always present us with challenges, big and small. We can't control the waves, but we can learn to surf. Mindful observation is your surfboard. It doesn't stop the waves from coming, but it gives you the balance, skill, flexibility to ride them instead of being crushed by them. You become an active participant in your own well-being, rather than a passive victim of your circumstances. Maybe commit to practicing the rain exercise for just 2 minutes every day this week. Simply try to notice and name your emotions without judgment as you go about your day. There's impatience. Hello, frustration. See you, joy. By making observation a habit, you are actively cultivating a more resilient, calm, and centered mind. You're building a foundation of inner strength that will support you through whatever comes your way. You already have this capacity within you. It's just a matter of practice, of turning your attention inward with kindness and curiosity. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has given you a new perspective and a practical tool for building your own resilience. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content on building a stronger, more mindful life. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with observation in the comments below. Take care, and remember to be kind to yourself.